Hello children, this is my fifth video. Now I'll give you all the review about the history chapter 1 sources whatever we have discussed. Okay, introduction. Under the introduction, we are discussed about the meaning of history. History is the study of the past events occurring before the invention of writing systems or considered as prehistory. Then the meaning of the word history. The word history is derived from the Greek word historia, which means inquiry, the knowledge which are acquired by investigation. After knowing about the meaning of history, the next point we have discussed is sources. What are sources? Historian says that there is no source means no history. Therefore, sources are the collection of evidence or proof. Historians study various sources to help them to reconstruct or put together an accurate picture of the past. Examples: our agricultural tools which are left by the earlier people, whatever forts we found, coins we have used, inscriptions, arms, temples, religious buildings are all the examples for our sources. The main source of history are depending on the written documents, and this written document is more useful for the historians to write a history. And second one is the literary works, and the writings will come under literary works. The materials whatever they have used in order to write history is called primary sources. So under this unit it has divided into two types. One is literary sources, second one is archaeological sources. Literary sources are divided into two types. First one, written literature. Second, oral literature. Here is the important picture which tells us about the important sources whatever we have discussed in this chapter. The first one about the literary sources example, and the second picture about the coins, all the types of carvings, then the important ruins whatever they found in that period. So these are all the examples for our sources. Please watch this picture carefully. Next one we have discussed about written literature. So what is the meaning of written literature? This literature can bring the contemporary social life of the times of the right alive to us. It gives existing aspects of life either directly or indirectly. Written literature, again historians divide into two divisions. One is native literature, second one foreign literature. So what is the meaning of native literature? Native literature is a literature created by Indians in native languages. So which are the native languages they have used is Sanskrit language, Prakrit, Kannada language, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, etc. These are all called as the important languages they have used to write native literature. Some of the writers, those who have come under native literature are Kautilya is author of Arthashastra. King Hala is author of Gatha Saptasati. Vishakadatta's Mudra Rakshasa and other works. So these works says about social, economic, political, cultural life of the people. Next one we have discussed foreign literature. So under the foreign literature, some of the travelers who arrived to India from foreign countries and businessmen, officials, missionaries are all recorded their observations and experiences in their works. So this type of literature is called foreign literature. Example for foreign literature are as follows. Megasthenes is author of Indica, Fahian author of Gokoki, Babar's the important work he has written known as Tuzuki Babari. Foreign literature also tells us about their social condition, political lifestyle, economic aspects, cultural concept and administrative aspects of that period. So, foreign literature is also very essential for our historians to write our history. Some of the drawbacks we also found among the foreign literature. One is the lack of local knowledge. Second one, misgiving are also recorded. So that time our historians face certain problems, but out of that also they have to concentrate on the good deeds and they have to use as a foreign literature as a source. Foreign literature onwards, the next topic we have discussed about oral literature. So what is the meaning of oral literature? It is the study about the folk songs, folk stories and the folk legends. Ballads mean poems or songs and others that passes on from one person to another, from mouth to mouth, by word to word, or called oral literature. Some of the examples for oral literature, some of the historians narrating the stories in the form of poem or songs are also called as ballads, like stories about Kempe Gowda and some of the important informations about Tipu Sultan, Sangolli Rayana, Kittur Rani Chennamma, etc. Some of the legends are found in the places like Shravana Belagoda, Bengaluru, some of the legends found in Pattadakallu, Mysuru and various other important villages and towns. We found these type of legends. Next important source we have discussed is archaeological sources. Archaeological sources are divided into 4 types. One is inscriptions, second one is coins, third one monuments and other ruins. Archaeological sources means available on the surface of the earth and hidden deep in the depth of the earth. So the historians will do the excavations and they will remove the materials, and that study about these informations were known as archaeological sources. Under archaeological sources, the historians are doing excavations and they are collecting some of the ruins of buildings, inscriptions, coins, bangles and others. Next one is inscription. What is inscription? Inscriptions means engraved writing on stone, rock, metal, ivory, terracotta and other materials. So this is known as inscription. Examples for inscriptions are 1. Brahmi script and their language is Prakrit language, and some of the inscriptions are written in Kannada, Telugu, Sanskrit, Tamil, etc. Other examples are during the time of Samudragupta's Allahabad pillar inscription is a good example. Second one, Immadi Pulakeshi's. Once we see the Aihole inscription, this is also one of the example for our inscription that tells the informations about that period, about that kingdom, about that ruler. Inscriptions reflect political, social, cultural, economic, educational, religious aspects of the people. Next one is coins. The study of numismatics is also called as coins, and these coins are in small in shape, and these coins help in understanding geographical extent of ruler's kingdom who minted the coins. So who issued the coins, that is called as minted. Some of the examples for coins are the important religion of that time, their economic condition, and Samudragupta how he had minted 7 types of gold coins, and in that period he conducted Ashwamedha Yaga. All we can know the information once we see the coins. The availability of Roman coins we found in Bangalore that tells the trade link how we had with Romans 2000 years back. Next one is a monument. So what is the meaning of monuments? Some of the important palaces, temples, forts, pillars were found in our surroundings. So historian says all these are monuments. Example, Mehraulli's Iron Pillar, Gol Gumbaz, Whispering Wall, Shah Jahan's Taj Mahal are all the important example for our monument. The other monuments of Nalanda, Aihole Pattadakallu, then the architecture of Madrasa built by Muhammad Gawan in Bidar about education. Then the last source is other ruins. So ruins are the various pieces of terracotta, bangles, beads and seals which are found, and the Buddha stupas also come under the other ruins that will give you the light, and the biological ruins of the dead animals and trees are all the examples for other ruins. Historians will do the excavations and accordingly they conducted the two important places in Tamil Nadu. One is Arikamedu and Pattanam. So these two places also they collected informations about the how South India had commercial contact with the Romans. So like this our ruins also very helpful to know our history. So these are the main important points whatever you have to remember under this lesson, chapter 1, sources. Please remember all these points. In our last video, history lesson 1, we have discussed about the sources. Now I will give you the question and answers about this lesson. First main, fill in the blanks. First one, the two kinds of literary sources are native literature and foreign literature. Second one, Ashwagosha's literary source is Buddha Charita. Third, the first inscription obtained in the Kannada language is Halmidi inscription. Fourth, the three kinds of archaeological sources are inscriptions, coins and monuments. Fifth, Kalhana's literary source is Rajatarangini. Sixth, the Halmidi inscription was written during the reign of King Kakustavarma of the Kadamba dynasty. Seventh, Kautilya's literary source is Arthashastra. Eighth, the Tripitikas are the source of Buddhist literature. Ninth, Vishakadatta's literary source is Mudra Rakshasa. 10th, Amoghavarsha's literary source is Kaviraja Marga. Match the following. Megasthenes Indica, Hyensang Siyuki, Fahyan Hokoki, Ceylon Deepavamsha and Mahavamsha. Fernio Nunes, the writings on Vijayanagar Empire. Barboza, the writings on Vijayanagar Empire. Niccolo Conti, the writings on Vijayanagar Empire. Regarding question and answers, first question, what are sources? Answer, sources are the basic materials necessary for the construction of history. Second, they give details of a particular age and we can understand the past events. Therefore, history can be compared to a human body and sources are like skeleton of the human body. Second one, name the classification of sources. The classification of a source are two groups. 1. Literary sources. 2. Archaeological sources. Name the two kinds of literary sources. Literary sources are two kinds. 1. Native literature. 2. Foreign literature. Name the three kinds of archaeological sources. Archaeological sources are three kinds. 1. Inscriptions. 2. Coins. 3. Monuments. Name two examples for native literature and foreign literature. Native literature, first one Kautilya's Arthashastra. Second one Vishakadatta's Mudra Rakshasa. Foreign literature, 1. Megasthenes Indica. 2. Hyensang's Siyuki. Sixth one, what are literary sources? Literary sources are the written documents produced by writers. These sources are produced by Indians, is called native literature. The writings of foreign scholars are called foreign literature. What are archaeological sources? Archaeological sources are the inscriptions, coins, monuments, pots and pans and other aircrafts that have been obtained during archaeological excavations. Eighth one, what do you mean by inscription? Mention its uses. Inscriptions are the living fact that belonging to a particular period which provides us the information about the religion, culture, economy, administration and other aspects. These are engraved on rock slabs and on stone pillars. Third point, some inscriptions are written in Brahmi and Prakrit language. Example, Ashoka's inscription have been obtained in Maski and Brahmagiri in Karnataka. What do you mean by numismatics? Numismatic is the study of evolution, nature and development of coins. What are the uses of coins? Coins have been minted by using a variety of metals. The coins play a significant role to give the information regarding our religion, culture, administration, social and economic aspects of the period to which they belong. What are monuments and ruins? First point, man's achievements have included material objects like stupas, basadis, temples, palaces, forts and ruins, etc. Second one, monuments enables us to know about the civilization, technology, social and economic condition of that period. Third one, Ashoka pillar, Ajanta Ellora caves, Elephanta caves, Badami, Aihole and Pattadakallu of Karnataka are the evidences of India's glorious heritage. What do you mean by oral sources? Oral sources are used to understand the diverse Indian heritage in the form of lyrics, poems and songs and pass them on from one generation to generation. What do you mean by legends? Legends are referred as Sthala Puranas. They are related to individuals, events and customs in many parts of India. The legends reflect social belief like this Sthala Puranas relating to religious places. So these are the question and answers you have to remember about this lesson. So all these PDF questions are given in below description. Please download all these question and answers. Thank you, children.